Hello guys, Dillo304 here. Today I'm here just to make another update video on my car since I've done quite a few things to it, more than, I usually do in like 2 or 3 months. Well, it's been more than that now actually, because the last video I made of my car was from January of this year and now it's June 5th today, so I'm just like, holy shit. Anyway, I've done a few small aesthetic modifications, I guess you could say, to my car. So we're going to basically go over those now. But anyway, for anyone who doesn't know, this is my 2005 Mitsubishi Eclipse Remix Edition, basically a GS with fancier trim level features and stuff. So anyway, the first thing I want to get to obviously is just a quick walk around of the car. Let's just go ahead and take a quick walk around here. One thing I really want to do with my car is actually get some better rims for it, because just some different style. I'm not like a huge fan of the chrome, but we'll get to why I'm not doing that in just a little bit. But just continue to take a walk around. So as you can see, the car is still pretty clean. Not much to say about that. I did put my new registration sticker on because it was due this month, but other than that, the car is still pretty much the same. Haven't really had any new damage, although a few weeks ago I actually did have someone rear-end me, but it was so slow and so minor. Like, that is the only damage right there. So I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I was stopped on a freeway on-ramp because traffic was gridlocked, and this guy just rolls right into the back of my car. I'm just like, shit. But it didn't do really any damage except for that little mark, so I don't really mind that much. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the first modification. So as you can see, you may notice that I have different headlights on my car. In the last video update of this car, I mentioned that I did restore the headlights with a 3M kit and apply clear coat, but after a while they didn't look, quite as good as a brand new light. So I decided to just go with some new headlights. I got these on eBay. They were about $100 for both, and I think they look pretty awesome. So yeah, of course they're new, so no more oxidation on the headlight and such. So as you can see, they have a black housing, which I think looks really nice, with, of course, chrome reflectors, because that's necessary. But I forget what, I guess they're KHC, if you can see that. But anyway, yeah, really happy with the headlights. I installed them. Very simple. There's only 4 bolts on the top holding them in, and then a little plastic peg at the bottom to kind of hold it in place. So yeah, I installed those. I put my existing headlight bulbs in because I bought pretty decent Sylvania Silver Star headlights for it. So there you go. I think it looks pretty awesome. So that's that. So that's the first thing that I did. And then the second thing, I did this like a month after I made the video. I put new tires on my car, so I now have Michelin Premier AS tires. So these are pretty sweet. Of course, they're pretty high tread wear rating. It's 640. These are really good tires. These are touring grade tires, so pretty happy with those. Yeah, the tires themselves weren't cheap. I put them on myself using my school's auto shop. So yeah, but the tires themselves weren't even very cheap. I think they're like 120, 130 bucks per tire. So yeah, but whatever. They should last quite a long time. And of course, if you know anything about these Michelins, they have this is Evergrip technology. So when the tire starts to wear down, these small grooves here will get bigger, so you don't really lose grip over time. So yeah, pretty happy with those tires. So that's the other thing I did. And then the other thing, the last thing I did just recently, actually yesterday, is actually in the car. So anyway, without further ado, let's probably go ahead and take a look at the inside of the car now. Alright, so let's go ahead and go in here. So the interior is largely the same. I've just been trying to keep it a little clean. Of course, I still have my these cheesy pedal covers. I mean, I know they look kind of ricey, but I actually like them. I think they look all right. And of course, the covers actually make the pedals larger, and I have pretty large feet, so I like that for functionality purposes. So that's cool. Anyway, yeah, the interior looks pretty much the same, except for a couple of things in the middle there that we're going to talk about. So yeah, oh, I missed something from last night. There's an SD card. Interesting. Anyway, let's go ahead and get in the car just for now. And so, we'll talk about the elephant in the room. So I actually have a new head unit now. Let me go ahead and get this phone mount out of the way, which I just recently bought, but go ahead and pull that out. As you can see, I now have a Pioneer head unit in my car. Now previously I had this, which was a power acoustic flip out screen thing, but I don't know, I didn't really like this for several reasons. One, because I mean honestly it's kind of, you know, low end. Second of all, the pop out screen, or the flip out screen would flip out and then it would completely block these vents, so that would suck. And so I didn't really like this, and of course because of the way you had to mount it, it stuck out like pretty much this far out of the dash. So decided to just go ahead and say screw that, and I bought a Pioneer AVH 280BT unit. This is about 250 bucks. I installed it last night, and it's pretty nice. Let me go ahead and turn the ignition on so we can take a look at Z Radio instead of just talking about it. Pretty easy install. My friend Tyler Starts, aka Tyler5310, which I'm going to visit in 2 days. A lot of you may know about that. But anyway, he helped me put this in because he does car audio stuff very often, so there's that. So of course we have our UI here. Pretty decent. I mean, it's not like the fanciest thing in the world, but it does everything I needed to. So you have the radio here. So yeah, my bad. Anyway, yeah, the radio's not going to come in up here because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, but you can, obviously it has an optical disc drive, so you can play CDs and even view DVDs, although I didn't hook up the parking brake sensor for that, so I don't think it's going to work, but I don't care. I'm not going to watch DVDs in my car. There's also a USB port on the back of the unit, but I also didn't plug that in because I don't need it. And then of course it does have Bluetooth capability there, so I can hook up my phone. I haven't decided to do that though. All I've been using is just the auxiliary, which I've routed a cable because the aux port is actually in the back of the unit, so I had to route it through and just kind of route it behind this interior panel. And so I have an aux port, or an aux cord, so I can play music easily. But yeah, it's a pretty decent unit. I mean, of course it is touchscreen. It's not like the fanciest thing in the world, obviously, but even for a resistive touchscreen, this is pretty responsive, so that's nice. So yeah, that's my Pioneer head unit. It was about 250 bucks, I think. So, and of course the install was free because I did it myself. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, I'll go ahead and turn the ignition on. As you can see, don't think you can see my headlights very well, but yeah. Anyway, there's that. Of course, my car has 108,640 miles now. I am due for an oil change. Yes, I actually did write it down on this thing. So I'm due for an oil change of 108,771. So pretty simple, or getting pretty close. But I mean, I'm leaving the state in a couple of days, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But I'll go ahead and start up the car anyway. Go ahead and roll the window down a little bit. Go ahead and give her a start. So yeah, of course the head unit has to restart. But anyway. Yeah, that's about it. Still sounds good. I mean, shit, my car is not warmed up. Oh well, it's not gonna die. Anyway, yeah, there's that. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's not much else I can say. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut off the lights and just go ahead and shut the car off. Yeah, car wasn't warmed up, probably not good. Probably not best to rev it like that, but whatever, it's not going to explode. So, yeah, I still have some leftovers from last night, me doing the stereo, but that's okay. Go ahead and stick this phone mount back in here because I use that. This is another thing I bought. I bought it at Fry's for pretty cheap. It's just a cheap $20 phone mount. So, just make sure that bitch is in there. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so, yeah, that's nice. So I just put my phone there, plug it in, and you're good. So, that's about it for the update on my car. So, yeah, that'll do it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, and, yeah, hope you enjoyed.